Hello and welcome to the channel. The All Progressives Congress APC was launched on attack on man of the moment Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, calling them the most dangerous men in the land. All because they chose to fight for what they feel is theirs. Anyways, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Obi, Nigeria's most dangerous, divisive politician, APC, PCC. The All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, APC, PCC, yesterday branded Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, the defeated presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and Labour Party, LP, respectively, as sole losers. It said Obi in particular would go down in history as Nigeria's most dangerous and divisive politician on the strength of his conduct in the run-up to last weekend's election. However, the Presidential Election Court, PEC, in Abuja yesterday granted permission to both Atiku and Obi to inspect materials used for the February 25th election, while 7 states which had gone to court seeking the invalidation of the victory of President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu withdrew their case. For the flag bearer of African Democratic Congress ADC in the election, Mr. Dumebi Kashiku, the victory of Tinubu stemmed from his consistency, preparation, and opportunity. Tinubu, a dogged fighter with a mastery of the Nigerian political system, took advantage of a disunited opposition, some of whom were running purely on the divisive platforms of ethnicity and religion, Kashiku said. The APC-PCC at a press conference in Abuja addressed by its special advisor on media and communication, Dele Alake, said while Tinubu and Obi kept feeding Nigerians with lies, the LP candidate elevated his well-known clownish mentality to a most unfortunate height by openly anchoring his campaign on religion and ethnicity. He presented himself as a poster boy for and a champion of our country's fault lines. He took advantage of our youths whose expectations are fast-paced, who are uninterested in excuses and who we are in search of a hero. He pumped up their sentiments and rode on their emotions while grandstanding as a savior. It was a false pretense. Obi's credentials are internally stained as a former governor with no remarkable legacy. Not a few of our youths thought Peter Obi looked like the leader they wanted, and many of them could not tolerate any form of scrutiny of their newfound hero. They chose willfully to canonize him while insisting on no one should ask questions. The combination of the disgruntled youths, the ethnic champions, and commercial clerics were the reason Obi thought he could win a presidential election in Nigeria. Such illogic is not strange to the Labour Party. Continuing, he said, listening to both Atiku and Obi yesterday left us in the APC family confounded. We understand that there has been an orchestrated campaign by the acolytes of the PDP and LP in the media to discredit the presidential election. What we did not expect is that the two presidential candidates and indeed their political parties would shamefully re-echo the puerile and unimaginative arguments that have been canvassed by political illiterates and mischief makers who are crying wolf on social media. As we all can see, these two otherwise experienced politicians are pinpointing a lack of adherence to the guidelines as a basis for discrediting the votes lawfully cast by Nigerians. We shall examine the so-called process that was purportedly breached by the electoral body and how it, in their wild imagination, undermined the credibility of the election. Save for bad losers that these two people have proven to be, we should rather be celebrating the tremendous improvements the use of beavers has brought to our electoral process. He enjoined the defeated candidates to pursue their grievances with decorum. They should encourage their members, supporters, and ethnic and religious consultations to follow the path of the rule of law. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. We note that both Atiku and Obi are claiming victory. Wouldn't it make sense for them to agree on who the actual winner is before challenging APC in court? Meanwhile, the APC train has left the station as we continue our efforts to make Nigeria better for all Nigerians. Contrary to the false claims of Atiku and Obi, the reasons for losing the elections were foretold. Besides the delusional expectations created during the campaigns to hoodwink the public, most PDP leaders knew their party had been decimated by Mr. Peter Obi. The Southeast and South-South that were traditional strongholds of PDP constituted the core support base for the Labour Party. PDP went into this election without its limbs and lied to itself that it could win the race. It is worthy of note that Atiku also accepted this fact during his press conference yesterday, when he lamented that his party's votes in the Southeast and South-South regions were carted away by the LP. The PDP also found itself in number 3 in Kano, with a former member, Kwankwanso, running away with over 900,000 votes. How far could the PDP have gone with what was left of it? Not so far as the results of the elections have shown. The members of G5 were key leaders of the party who had substantial political influence. They also went away with their own pound of flesh, leaving a crippled PDP to scavenge for crumbs of votes. Alake argued that contrary to claims in some quarters, transmission of election results by INEC was discretionary. His words, Section 38 of the Electoral Act 2022, referred to by the PDP and LP has nothing to do with the transmission of election results. Section 60, subsection 2 of the Act deals with the transmission of results, and it is at the discretion of INEC. The Act does not contain any mandatory provision regarding the transmission of results. In any case, the process of transmitting results from polling units, whether real-time, 2 days later, or at any time, cannot in any way change the results that have been announced right after the counting in the presence of the party's agents and to the hearing of the voters. It is therefore nonsensical to insinuate that time variation in uploading results would cause a change in the figures. Describing the February 25th presidential election as a watershed that produced unprecedented outcomes and defied conventions, the campaign council noted that the deployment and use of beavers was the only reason the elections produced these strange outcomes and upsets in many cases. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.